Thank you, Kenny. Okay, in five. Okay, in five, four. What's going on, world? Elaine Castro here at the Zurdo and Benavidez Fight Week. We're super excited to be here, and I'm here with the fighter herself, probably retired fighter a little bit, but you might know her and recognize her from Elite Champ TV. Saucey, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. Thank you so much for this interview. For those that don't know, reintroduce yourself, please.
I'm Sassy with Elite Champ TV. I started out actually training to fight. I was training at Salas for a few years, and I'm back in training right now. But I'm also been doing media, so it's been a really fun journey.
It's been so beautiful to watch her evolution, our evolution together. I feel like we want to see each other win, so always lovely having you. Well, we'll get right into it. As you can see, we're here with bare knuckle. What is the first thing that pops into your mind when you hear bare knuckle boxing?
Blood. Blood. Where there's bone on the face, there's blood. There's a lot of thin skin right here on the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You're going to see some busted lips, some eyebrows split open. I mean, if you like blood, you're going to get it. Bare knuckle is no joke. It's also more like a MMA combined with boxing because the ring is smaller as well. And I think that the rounds are not going to be as long. So you're going to see action a lot quicker than you would in boxing.
Yeah, you mentioned blood. You have to be a vampire to love, to see all that dog fight action, like you said.
I mean, I guess I do like blood a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the red blood, it's all about bare knuckles.
That's the point.
That's exactly. So if you want to see some dogs in the ring, bare knuckles where it's at.
Now, let me ask you, you're really good friends with the Vargas brothers. As you know the news, Fernando Vargas Jr. just signed with bare knuckle as well as his brother Amado. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's a good move for them. They're expanding their audience. Some people don't understand that when you expand sports, you also expand audiences, you expand, you diversify yourself as a person, but also as a product, So from a PR standpoint, I think it's great. From a fighter standpoint, they're just only diversifying themselves even more because they're not one-dimensional. Now they are becoming two-dimensional, and who knows if they start doing MMA full out, you never know. I mean, it's the Vargases,
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of lineage. I did hear there's been a lot of shit talk like, oh no, is this going to spoil the dynasty? Are they no longer boxers? They made it very clear that they are still going to be boxing. They are just now dual athletes. And I think it's amazing because they already come in the game with fundamentals. They're just going to have a lot more dirty fighting than they've ever experienced. And that's going to be very interesting to see because, you compare, the ounce of gloves when you fight, there's that padding. There's so many layers of padding on the knuckles with fighters, and now you're going into literally no padding. So not only is it going to hurt on the face when they, you will get hit no matter what, how much you block, but it's going to hurt when they punch even more because that impact goes straight on the knuckles, So a lot of people don't realize it's like hitting a bag barehanded. Except that face is very hard. It's not even. It's harder than even a boxing bag because you're hitting straight up bone sometimes. So my hats off to them. They're tough motherfuckers. You could beat that out if you need to, but you have to get tough to get in the ring because it takes a certain type of mindset to step in the ring in bare knuckles. Honestly, it's safer when you're getting hit with gloves.
Yeah, you literally answered all of my questions that I was going to ask. Like, what's harder, boxing gloves or bare knuckle? Bare knuckle.
Bare knuckle, and it's scarier. Would I do it? No.
Have you ever been hit bare knuckle to the face?
Thank God, no.
Girl,
absolutely
that's so scary.
not. Because
your boyfriend has though,
right? Yeah, he has. He sure has. Oh, cut that out. Edit it. Edit that out. But no, I mean, it's really tough. When you do get hit in the face, and I'm very interested to see how their first debut goes because a lot of boxers like, oh, they're, whatever. It's not for the weak, okay? It's not for the weak. So, my hats go off to them for even getting into it. Mm-hmm. And you know what? They're making money. So
at the end of the day, they said that, after they have their debut, they literally said, I want respect. And I feel like they're earning their respect and their stripes. And aside from them, I feel like they're probably setting a precedent, Saucey, and joining, bare knuckle boxing. But who else do you see maybe going into a crossover into bare knuckle?
Ooh, I mean, to even think that I would even see anyone. I think that they're kind of like the entryway of boxers transitioning, though, because, they have a legit lineage. They come from, a dynasty pretty much. So I wouldn't be surprised if other people start taking their lead after this because, they're showing not just boxing media, but like just the world, that it can be done and you can still be respected in both sports. You know, I'm seeing that with slap, for example.
Yeah.
You know, they're taking a lot of athletes and they are still MMA fighters. They're still doing their thing, and they're doing slap. So, you know, I think it's a very smart move to diversify. You know, boxing is a small slice of the combat world.
Yes.
There's so many sports out there. You know, I don't want to live under a rock. You don't want to live under a rock. So don't close your eyes to BKB, because it's happening.
As media, do you see yourself covering some BKB events?
I mean, sure, why not? You want to see some blood and guts? Let's go.
Blood and guts.
Maybe
All right.
not guts, just the blood part.
All right. So for all those who watching at home, Saucey, let us know your prediction really quick, and let us all know where we can find you too.
Okay, so my prediction for the main card is Benavidez. I think Zurdo is tough. None of them are going to come lay down. You know, they're both Mexican. They're going to come forward. It's going to be explosive. Reséndiz versus Munguía. Ooh, another powerful fight. Munguía is a tough person. I almost said mofo, because, you know, he was in the ring with Canelo. You know, he is a name by himself. And then you've got Reséndiz. You know, he's a champion, and he knows what it takes. So, my God, it's going to be a tough fight. I had Munguía because I want him to win, but Reséndiz is very, very strong. And so, man, stay tuned. Saturday,
Stay tuned.
find me, Saucey Chinita, and hope to see you soon.
All right, you guys heard it here first from the one and only Elite Champ TV, Saucey, Elaine Castro, and we're out.
Let's go.